Beautiful families, welcome to another episode of What We Eat, a fun casual cooking show where we talk about life, family, and of course, what we eat. In today's episode, I am going to show you one of my all-time favorite vegetable recipes. This is incredibly easy and has been one of my best friends for a long time. Now, I, as a kid, was not a huge fan of vegetables, and my mother had a really hard time with me. I am incredibly lucky because my child loves vegetables. However, I always look for an easy, breezy, fun vegetable recipe that you can make really quick. And this is going to be your answer to that. To keep up with the easy, breezy theme, I'm going to be using frozen vegetables today. However, you can also use fresh vegetables if you want. To be very honest, I often use frozen vegetables when I'm making this recipe. So here's what we have today. Some frozen cauliflower, green beans, peas and carrots, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. You don't have to use this combination. This is just what my family likes. You can use any other combination of vegetables that you want. Now let's get to the flavorings. I have to admit, one thing I absolutely despise is bland vegetables. I often like to jazz up my vegetables whenever I'm making it, whether it's fresh or frozen. And I'm definitely going to be using some flavorings today. So this is what we are going to use. I have 4 tablespoons of shallot. You can use any other onion as well. I have shallots today, so that's what I'm going to use. Sliced garlic, it's about a tablespoon. Some green chilies, I have snipped off the tip, but it's otherwise whole. I'm going to be using a teaspoon of paprika for color and flavor. I'm going to be using a tablespoon of whole cumin. I'm going to be using 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil and salt to taste. All right, so I have turned my stove on. It's a medium, and I'm heating up my pan, which is nice and toasty. Now I'm going to pour in the olive oil, and I'm going to put the cumin seeds in first, before you put anything else. Okay, do you hear the sizzle sound? That's what we need. What this means is the cumin seed is actually releasing all its flavor into the oil. You will see that the cumin seeds will start changing colors. Don't let it burn. As soon as it starts looking a little darker brown, you know that they have toasted. Now you're going to put your shallots in. You do not need to brown them, you just need to make them a little translucent. I'm going to put in my garlic at the same time. And I'm going to put my whole green chilies in. All at the same time. Please make sure you're snipping off or you're clipping off the top of your green chilies. You don't want them to explode. All I have to do is now let it saute for about a minute. Now I am going to put my paprika in. The paprika is going to give it a nice color as well as a really nice smoky flavor. Even though this is not smoked paprika, it's going to add a really nice smoky flavor to it. Now I'm going to start throwing my vegetables in. First one is broccoli, peas and carrots, Brussels sprouts, green beans, and cauliflower. I know what you're thinking. Some vegetables take a little longer to cook than the others. However, the way frozen vegetables are stored is they blanch it first, so we really don't need to worry about putting one after the other. You can put all of them all at once. Now I'm going to mix it up. It's good to use a wok or a wide pan for vegetables. You want your vegetables to nice and caramelize. You don't want them to boil and steam too much. So that's why I use a wider pan. Now I'm going to put a little more salt. Okay, I'm going to stop right there so that I don't over salt it. Okay, all looks good, nice and mixed in with the herbs and spices. Now I'm going to put the lid and I'm going to let it cook for about 7 minutes. You don't need any extra water. Remember, frozen vegetable, it is going to release some water. We do not need any extra water in this. So we're going to let it cook for 7 minutes. I'm going to come and stir it in between. Don't let it burn. However, after 7 minutes, we are going to reveal. So let's come back after 7 minutes. Alright, so it's been 7 minutes. Now I'm going to reveal this and I'm going to taste for salt and tenderness of the vegetables. Wow, this aroma that you get right away is amazing. Okay, so I am going to choose, let's see, a Brussels sprout. The fork went in without any resistance, so I think it's cooked, but I'm going to taste. Don't burn your mouth. Okay, it's perfect. It does need a little more salt, so I'm going to add just a little bit more. Now I am going to let it cook uncovered because I want my veggies to caramelize a little bit. You can see it has already started to caramelize. I'm still in medium flame. I don't need to increase my flame more. I just need to cook it uncovered for another minute or two, and it should be done. Okay, so I'm going to let it hang out, and let's come back after 2 minutes. Alright, so it's been another 2 minutes. Now, if you look at the vegetable, see how nice and caramelized it is? That means this is done. I'm going to turn my stove off and dish it up. You can eat this vegetable on your own because it is so flavorful. You can eat it with any bread or flatbread, or you can actually serve it as a side dish with your steak or baked chicken or grilled chicken. It would go great with that. There you go, my incredibly simple but flavor-packed veggie medley. I hope you made this recipe and share it with your family, and if you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Hit the notification bell for upcoming videos.